So after our interview, King's son called me and he said he doesn't know you, and the description of the situation of him rolling up in limos with mute guys with machine guns never happened. He said it was a lie.
When I came to the block, that's what I walked into the situation. Whether he came with them or not, I'm not 100% sure. But I know what happened that day. And this is a story that heck and everybody could tell you, because they ran up on everybody that was in the block. I just ended up walking into the situation. Now, King's son may not know me personally. We never rocked like that. But King's son was in the block when we was in the block. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been in the block. 1,000%. You feel what I'm saying? So as in person to person shit, nah. But as in him coming to the block, we're affiliated in that way. That we see him come to the block, hang out in the block, whatever, come with Joe and all of this and all of that. But that's just about it. But when I came to the block, he was there when these cats rolled up. 100%.
So he wasn't in the limo with them?
No, I ain't seen him in the limo with them. That's what was told to me, that he came looking for Joe with these niggas. That he came looking for Joe for these cats, with these cats. So that's what was so said in the block. I came when
to put a hurting on Joe, or just like, oh, we need to go get Joe for something else.
I think it was he had an issue with Joe during the time when that happened. If I'm not mistaken, he had an issue with Joe. I don't know if it was Joe the money or whatever the fuck it was, but it was an issue with Joe. And you know, I know King's son of being a truth dude. You know what I'm saying? Like saying the truth and shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? That I know exactly what the fuck happened that day. You know what I mean? I don't know if he came with them or not. You know what I'm saying? That's what was told to me, that they ran up into the block with King's son. You know what I'm saying? Either King's son was there or not. I know King's son was there. I don't know if he was affiliated with what that was going on, but I came when they were already there. You know what I mean? And then one of the dudes, I know him because that was my boy, White Boys Mike's brother. You know, say from Davidson, from the ranch. And he was one of the dudes that was with them in the cars.
So you came when it was like already happening. Like you weren't there from the beginning.
Yeah, when they were already, honestly, in the beginning, I thought that it was Joe. You know what I'm saying? Because Joe would probably be the only one to come to the block in a limo. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. So I see the cars and shit like that. I'm like, all right, we going to the club. So I'm walking on the block and I walk in and everybody's just standing there. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. And then, you know, the discussion and the arguing or whatever was going on. And we were just standing. I was like, what's going on? They were like, niggas came to run up on Joe. And I was like, what you mean they can't run up on Joe? Because Joe don't be in the block like that. He don't be there in the corner with us like that. Like I said, he just shows up, you know, every now and then. He wasn't like always hanging out with us right down the block, sitting on milk crates in the corner with us or nothing like that. Joe never did that. But yeah, that's basically what that day when that shit happened.
But him and Joe were really close at one point.
Yeah, but I also heard the history of that there was something that popped off with them too at the same time. I don't know if how true that is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you from the block. I was in the block that he had an issue.
Can you share what you heard?
The what? Nah, they just said there was an issue. I don't know if it was money or something like that. There's something that I think Joe owed money or it has something to do with music. You know what I'm saying? It has something to do with music.
Because from what Son told me, he wrote so much of that first album, Represent, and he never got anything out of it. And he did a lot for Joe too.
And I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know that he wrote like a lot of shit like that for Joe, like that. I know like Flojo and stuff like, cause you told me.
Right.
That he wrote, you know, saying shit like that. I didn't know that. Like Joe wouldn't tell us nothing like that in the block, that he got somebody ghostwriting from a writing shit for him. He wouldn't tell nobody that.
Yeah.
But I know the truth. I know that niggas wrote for him. You know what I'm saying? That so I wouldn't doubt nothing at all that King's son said that he wrote. If in fact the whole fucking album, if he said he did.
Yeah, he said he wrote most of it, is what he said. But the last interview when I brought up Flojo, your reaction was hilarious because you was trying to play it cool when I told you know that he wrote it, right?
You know, it's I don't like to stage or shit on people. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck
Right.
who it is or nothing like that. I just don't speak on shit that I don't know. You know what I mean? If I was there, I
I
saw
feel
it,
you.
I'm gonna speak on it. You know what I mean? If you want problems, you want to take it further, let's go. You know what I mean? Let's go. But the thing with Joe, this is something that everybody already knows. Everybody already knows this. You know, say whether who it is or who wrote whatever, everybody knows that he had ghostwriters. He had people writing his music. A lot of people do that. Like you said, he just came out and said that 95% of the shit that he did on his raps wasn't real, that it was all fabricated, it was all lies, which is still insane to me for him to say something like that. And then that's like you're taking away from your own history. You know what I mean?
But you would consider yourself a lyricist, wouldn't you?
If I wrote it, yeah.
No, but like I mean the type of rapper that you are, you consider yourself to be a lyricist, right? Like lyrics really matter the way that you. So I think that to you, isn't the idea of having someone else write your stuff like already kind of crazy? Like you wouldn't accept that?
It would be different if somebody's helping you write, right? If somebody's helping you write, like you say a word, like anything you could say, like any rapper that would say something or say a word, a verse, like I bring fire to hell, send angels to heaven, I'm a legend in Bibles. They got the, saying shit like that. And then they'd be like, yo, don't say the Bible thing, say this and that, and stretch that word and stretch this word and change it to this. It sounds better. And then you could go into a metaphor. That's different when you got somebody doing that, because then you're like, oh shit.
Coaching you.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, say, yeah, you're right. Boom, and you change it like that. But when you got somebody in there, like, writing the whole shit, and you over there, and you going somewhere else, you come back, yo, you finished? You got it? What we got? It's different. And then you let that person go on the verse, and they spit the whole verse, and then you're sitting down 2 hours trying to memorize the whole verse, what he just said. Then you go in the booth and you say it your way. Then that's like, you're not a lyricist. You're not a lyricist. You are Nelly Vanilli, right?
Right.
That's what you are. You're one of those. But if somebody's just helping you with the metaphor and helping you, like, yo, change this word up, you know what I'm saying? I don't think, that doesn't even go, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And they helping you with them words, and they're helping you word play together. And now you writing your shit, and that dude come back and be like, you see, that shit sound hot now. That sound better now. That's somebody helping you with your shit. Even though it's still considered ghostwriting or whatever, but there's a difference in feeling, attitude wise.
Yeah.
I did this shit. You know what I mean? It's different.
Well, the way that Gilly, your cousin, described it, right? He said that they didn't write full on songs for him, but they were giving him lots of bars and then coaching him through it. From what he saw.
Yeah, but they were writing bars. They didn't write a word.
Got you.
Bars is different. Bars is a fucking is a bar, my dude. That's like, those are bars. A word is like, hey, what? You know what I mean? It's different. It's very different.
So you're saying the difference of coaching someone, having them change up a little bit versus like, hey, I'm giving you a lot of your stuff.
It's different.
Yeah.
100% different. You know what I'm saying? You're not writing the song. You helping with the song. You helping you. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I wrote that fucking record. Word? Yeah, I wrote that whole shit. Or, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I helped him and shit here and there. You know, we changed up some words and everything and shit like that, and he killed it after that. Different. That's different. You helped. You know what I'm saying? You helped. When you help, you don't really get credit.
The coaching aspect is kind of like what a producer does a lot of times too. Like if you in there with like a Dr. Dre and like he's telling you, hey, don't say it like this, say it like this, the way that you use the tone there or whatever, you know, or end your bar on this.
And that's the producer's job. That's what they're supposed to do. But and then you got that person that's on the sofa with you. You know what I'm saying? And you tell them, yo, how this shit sound. You know what I'm saying? And he'd be like, it sound hot, but yo, if you used to put this shit right here, then it'll fall in with that next shit, the next bar even harder. Well, you think that? Boom, then you do it. He'd be like, yeah, you're right. That's what's up. And you keep it going. And then both of you are like, damn, you know, well, I helped him, he helped me, did a good record. We did something dope. It's different. It's very different. Very different. But with King Son's situation, he wrote the shit. He wrote it. And that's what I'm saying is from what I remember, from what I heard, was that they had an issue because, like I said it, because of the music. It had something to do with the music. And there was an issue. And from what we know, King Son was that guy. King Son wasn't no pussy ass dude. You feel me? Think anybody knew him for being pussy like that. And that's what I'm saying, that when that situation happened in the block, it was like, you know, they were saying that he ran that was King Son's people. They looking for Joe and all this and all that. And I was like, God damn, this motherfucker got power like that. He got a bunch of mute motherfuckers with Mac 10s and shit. But that's where I stood at with that situation. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's where I said that, what I said on that part. Now, I wasn't there during the thing. I came after when they were already pulled up. You know what I mean? And everybody was on that shit. And I was like this by the icebox. And I was like, what happened? That's when they say, yo, this nigga fucking mute niggas, a bunch of niggas pulled up. They got fucking Max and all this in the cars. And I'm like, word. Oh, shit. Let me get some of that 40. You know what I'm saying? Let me get some of that 40, nigga. And, you know, that's the way it was at, man. But, yeah, that's what that part with him, that's where I stand with that.